CTV News with Ricardo Vanezza.
Good evening. Ricardo is off. I'm Michelle Maluske. We begin tonight with breaking news. A Windsor doctor has been fined for stealing data of newborn babies. Dr. Omar Afandi is a pediatrician who used to have privileges at Windsor Regional Hospital and Chatham-Kent Health Alliance. He has been fined $5,000 personally, while his private clinic will have to pay the government $7,500. Afandi has 30 days to pay. Dr. Afandi told Information and Privacy Commissioner of Ontario that he accessed electronic health records of newborn males born between April 20th and May 7th, 2024. He then called their parents to tell them he could do circumcisions in his clinic for $350. The procedure is not covered by OHIP. Dr. Afandi has acknowledged this is a breach of the hospital's privacy bylaws. The commissioner also found no wrongdoing by Windsor Regional Hospital, noting the hospital responded appropriately as soon as officials learned of the data breach. Dr. Afandi's clinic, however, did not have the proper protections in place to protect patient confidentiality, according to the commissioner. Schools back in for elementary, high school, and college students, but the latter could be back at home again sooner than expected. As CTV's Sean Irvin will tell us, support staff at all 24 colleges, including St. Clair, are in a legal strike position as of next Thursday.
On the first day of the fall semester, Fanshawe College students are focused on a return to classes. So it came as a surprise to those we spoke with that a strike by support workers is possible.
No, I was unaware of that.
Not aware either.
So this is news to you?
It is.
But to those involved, the potential job action by full-time support staff is no surprise at all. And OPSU Local 109 President Adam Rayfield is gearing up to take action if necessary.
The earliest possible date would be September 11th, next Thursday, as of 12:01 a.m.
Support workers include registrar's office, accessibility, and maintenance staff.
They're the first faces you see when you walk into any academic or student services office, and they're the last face you see as well.
Before program cuts and job reductions were announced in the spring, 1,200 full and part-time support staff workers were employed at the college. Now, those numbers are in a steady decline. Rayfield expects his membership will bear the brunt of a 35% reduction in college staff resulting from a drop in international students. OPSU senior leadership is demanding job security at all colleges in negotiations. However, the College Employer Council said over the long weekend that talks have proven challenging.
We've told them that they have some demands that are simply unacceptable. They couch them in what they call job security, but it includes a demand that there be no campus mergers, campus closures. They have a demand that there be absolutely no reduction or layoffs of their staff, and that's just something that the colleges can't agree to. So with the countdown to September 11th on, the anxiety of students caught in the middle builds.
I feel like all the teachers would have to push all your courses into like a big package, and dropping all that on you at once could be overwhelming for some.
Yet if support workers do take action, most students anticipate being out of class.
Well, I think we probably can't run without all of those things. I think it's all very important, and
Yeah. I feel like you need support staff to run this school.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
Meantime, bus drivers with First Student Canada could be headed for a lockout. That's according to their union. 180 local bus drivers are represented by Unifor Local 195. President Emil Nabout told AM 800 News their members could be locked out as of next Friday, September 12th. The company, meantime, says there is no viable way forward in contract talks. Both sides agree wages remain the sticking point in their negotiations. Parents whose children are bused by First Student are urged to check buskids.ca for all updates. To the university now, where contract negotiations are paused for engineers and special constables. The union says it's to give the new president time to get up to speed on the talks.
They pointed out to us that the only one that may change the direction of the board is a new president. And we recognize that. We recognize that. It makes sense to us that we at least give him an opportunity to come in.
Unifor Local 444 and 2458 say wages and contract language remain their sticking point. Bargaining set to resume with incoming University President J.J. McMurdy on Friday. Contracts for both unions came to an end early Monday morning. This extension comes as university students return to campus.
We also want to make sure too that they're safe, that their needs are met on campus, whether it's the safety and security of the campus through the special constables, or it's very simple things like hot water, which is given to them through the engineers.
Sticking with the university, hundreds of students have a new home as they embark on their post-secondary education. And our cameras stopped by this weekend to check it out as they checked in.
I feel very excited. I'm a little bit nervous. It's my first time moving away from home, but very, very excited. I think it's gonna give me a lot of growth. I think I'll definitely learn a little bit more independence, stuff like that.
Dad, how you feeling?
Don't ask me. When the first time she said, I've been accepted from Windsor, I said, no, I don't want that, you know.
So we have close to 1,000 students moving in. We also have a brand new building opening, Rodzik Hall, which we're super excited. All of the students are going to be the first ones to live in that space. There's a lot of excited energy happening, and just students are looking forward to the school year. They're excited to move into their own space, make it their own. It's a big change for people coming and living on campus for the first time. So we really want to make sure that they feel at home here.
I want to teach elementary. I feel like I did a lot of the life lessons that I learned when I was a kid was when I was in elementary, and a lot of the teachers that changed my life were my elementary school teachers, which is why I want to be a teacher.
Windsor's Schulich School of Medicine, meantime, has some new rules to start the new year. Medical schools in Canada will no longer follow a joint accreditation system with the Americans. The Canadian Medical Association says it's relieved that the country's medical schools will now solely be assessed according to Canadian standards. The driving force was the U.S. government's move to ban DEI requirements in the accreditation process at American medical schools. The joint accreditation between Canada and the U.S. allowed Canadian graduates to pursue their residency in the United States. For some high school students, the first day went better than expected, even though those handy school bus extras from Transit Windsor have been idled. Our Bob Belichico was up early to see how the first day went in South Windsor.
I expected that there were going to be some folks that weren't going to arrive on time.
It happened, but not as much as some thought it might. Of 5 city buses to arrive at Holy Names High School shortly before and after the morning bell, David Kubay was the lone rider to be late.
I had to wait for the bus in the morning for like 20 minutes, and then I had to do another stop, which made me late for school for another 10 minutes.
Kieran McKenzie, chair of the Transit Windsor Board, visited the area near the high school to see how things would unfold since the school bus extra program was eliminated earlier this year. He took note of the late arrival, but overall was pleasantly surprised by the transition.
There hasn't been the backlogs or a huge number of students arriving late for school, which I think is a very, very good sign.
McKenzie believes families have adjusted to their new schedules, but understands what people like Naohem Sufan might be going through.
When he bused last year, it was way easier for me.
So where would the bus pick him up?
Right there at the Kenilworth and South Cameron.
Now, Sufan's eldest and others like him either have to catch a ride with a parent before work or walk about 10 minutes to a bus stop.
They have to somehow figure it out. It's a lot of work on us. It's a lot of stress on us, too.
Look at the feedback and figure out if there's some quote-unquote tweaks that we could potentially look at making or improvements.
The Catholic Board has asked principals at Holy Names and St. Joe's to monitor the amount of lates in the morning caused by the change in service and the amount of traffic around those schools.
Hope that over the next week or so that people are going to adjust accordingly to the changes and plan their routes to school in the morning in such a way that they can avoid a lot of the congestion that we're seeing at some of those schools.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Over on the West End, signs of positivity for Assumption High. Enrollment up by 200 students. That means the Catholic Board had to bring in 6 new portables, and it's pushed enrollment here to roughly 1,000 students. Principal Kevin Belair believes their International Baccalaureate program and a strong incoming grade 9 class is the reason for the spike.
There's been some intrigue and some definite buzz around our IB program. And then we've had just an influx of registration for grade 9 from all different schools in the West Ends of Windsor.
Rounding out our back-to-school coverage, we asked Windsor students how they're feeling today. Their answers, honest.
I'm ready to learn, see my friends again.
Seeing my friends again.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Why are you scared?
Because it's like my first day here.
I'm not really excited because I don't want to go to school.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so excited to see all my friends.
New chapter in my life, getting to meet new people.
Everyone reuniting from summer. I don't know, everyone's been away, so it's just nice to all get back together again.
CTV meteorologist Julie Atchison will join me with your weather forecast in 2 minutes' time.
So this is what I think about Crown Oil. That's what they could do. And I think everyone else should do the same thing.
That's Doug Ford's reaction to Diageo's plans to leave Amherstburg tonight. Renewed calls for a full boycott of the foreign company's booze. Stay with us. CTV News at 11 continues after the break. A pleasant summer day out there. Will it hold into tomorrow? Meteorologist Julie Atchison joins us tonight with an answer.
Thanks so much, Michelle. It was warm this afternoon. We hit 26 degrees as many went back to school today with sunshine. We did have a few pop-up showers as we moved into the late afternoon evening, but skies clear overnight and watch for some fog patches. Temperatures will be dropping off to about 14, 15 degrees across Essex County. And again, mainly clear skies. Watch for a bit of fog through the overnight and first thing tomorrow morning. Our next weather system's just starting to get organized in northwestern Ontario. You can see some rain in advance of it. It's a cold front that will approach our area overnight. With that front coming in, we do have the chance for showers, but we'll get through the day dry. It'll be the evening tomorrow where things start to get a bit dicey with this front coming in. So cool temperatures to follow. So we've been under the influence of this massive ridge of high pressure that now moves off to the east. The cold front arrives with scattered showers and the potential for thunderstorms. Now we'll get through the day dry. We'll start to see increasing cloud cover as we head into the late afternoon evening. So becoming a mix of sun and cloud. Here's the first push of rain coming in, so you can see some of that moving north of Essex County, but through the overnight we'll see another little wave that could lead to about 10 millimeters of rainfall. So you can see it there on the forecast model. Heading into Thursday morning, mainly cloudy to start with a chance of showers, but we should see some breaks as we head into the afternoon. This forecast will feature cooler temperatures than normal heading into the weekend, as we will see another push of cool air coming down from the north. Mainly sunny conditions through your Wednesday, increasing cloud cover Wednesday afternoon, and the winds really picking up. Gusty winds out of the southwest, 30 with gusts to 60. The forecast high 27, but we'll still feel like 30, so it'll be a shorts and t-shirt kind of day. As we head into the overnight, the rain arrives, and then Thursday morning, the chance of showers. But forecast model indicating we will see some breaks, so expecting some breaks in the afternoon. Then as we head into Friday, about a 40% chance of showers. Another cold front will slip through the area. This one doesn't have a whole lot of moisture with it. We'll just introduce a slight probability at about a 40% chance. And then the weekend, a bit cooler but comfortable Saturday and Sunday. A mix of sun and cloud both days, 20 to 21 degrees. Overnight lows comfortable at 12. Some gorgeous weather setting up across Essex for the weekend. A mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday with daytime highs between 23 and 24. So a hot day on the way for your Wednesday with higher humidity and gusty winds. The chance for rain moving in as we head into Wednesday night overnight, and the risk for showers lingering early Thursday. Michelle, back to you.
Thanks so much, Julie. To Amherstburg now, where Diageo workers are still reeling from the blow they received late last week. They'll be out of work in February. Today, some high-profile support. CTV's Sanjay Maru has the story.
So this is what I think about Crown Royal. That's what they could do.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford pouring out a bottle of Crown Royal, urging Ontarians to back whiskey made by workers in this province. This after more than 200 unionized employees learned last week that Diageo will close its Amherstburg facility by February 2026. Tuesday morning, a meeting hosted by Unifor Local 200 for Diageo workers, and for some, the announced closure of Amherstburg's largest employer means the life they've started to build here may already be slipping away.
We literally just moved to Amherstburg. I'm in a one-year lease that I just signed. I'm more so concerned about my kids because I just dropped them off at their new school in Amherstburg today. I don't want to have to put them through that change again if I have to move again.
Union leaders are now weighing how to fight back, even reaching out to the Ford government to get Crown Royal pulled from LCBO shelves in Ontario. The president of Unifor Local 200 acknowledges the impact that could have on Diageo's other Canadian plants in Valleyfield, Quebec and Gimli, Manitoba, but he says a boycott is about solidarity and stopping closures at any Canadian facility.
Because it could be you next, and that's what worries me most. If that's okay in Amherstburg, why isn't it not okay in Gimli? Why isn't it not okay in Quebec?
For longtime employees like this 34-year Diageo worker, the company's decision to close the Amherstburg plant have pushed them into retirement before they were ready.
It's a terrible thing for companies to not care about the people and only care about profits. That's what this place is doing, because that plant is very, very profitable, but they want more.
Sanjay Maru, CTV News.
Calls to rid LCBO shelves of Crown Royal are echoing throughout Windsor, Essex. Joining us now with more on this part of the story is CTV's Robert Lothian. Robert.
Yeah, Michelle, Windsor West MPP Lisa Gretzky is calling on the Premier to dump more than just that one simple bottle of Crown Royal. Instead, she wants the entire brand off shelves right across Ontario. This in an attempt to pressure the company to keep its presence in Amherstburg.
In a situation like this, to not just sit back and take it. At some point, you have to show your solidarity. You have to show that fight, and you have to push back.
Gretzky says the call comes after talks with community members as well as union leaders. After decades in the region, she says workers deserve the opportunity to keep their jobs. Diageo will still have a Canadian footprint with facilities staying in Manitoba and Quebec. One analyst we spoke with is warning against any government-led boycott. Food policy and distribution analyst Sylvain Charlebois says it could weaken the province's reputation and lead to higher costs and legal challenges.
So you don't want to provoke or send negative messages or unfavorable messages to the company that remains committed to Canada. They could actually decide to close everything down and move to the U.S. They have the economic power. They have almost 400 million consumers to serve.
At the end of the day, Charlebois says boycotts have been most effective when they're led by consumers. So far, Ford says he is still mulling a province-wide removal of the whiskey brand, but doesn't expect a decision anytime soon. Michelle.
All right, thanks so much, Robert. Robert Lothian reporting for us tonight. From police today, news that a house fire yesterday has left a 35-year-old injured in hospital in police custody and facing serious charges. The fire happened Monday morning around 8:30 at a home on Bloomfield Road near Prince Road. All 4 people inside at the time were taken to hospital, according to police. One person airlifted to Hamilton, another transported to hospital, also in Hamilton. Damage in this fire has been pegged at $50,000. But a 35-year-old is tonight facing multiple charges of attempted murder, arson with disregard for human life, and forcible confinement. Police will not reveal the suspect's name to protect the identity of the victims. Wondering why your power was out today in LaSalle? Hydro One says it was a crash that took out 2 poles that impacted 3,400 customers. Power, we're told, however, was back on by mid-afternoon. The city of Windsor is pushing back on a noxious weed that can actually burn your skin. CTV's Chris Campbell reports on the effort to get rid of wild parsnip along the Diageo Trail, work that's being done there.
Wild parsnip looks harmless, but its sap can cause severe burns and blisters when it comes in contact with skin.
It has umbrella-shaped yellow flowers in the late summer. It's very recognizable once you have identified it once.
It's the cause of herbicide efforts along the Diageo Trail in the Little River corridor.
If you contact wild parsnip sap on your skin and then expose that area of your skin to sunlight, it can create really painful blisters and burns. And we don't want that.
The city plans to spray a product called Navius Flex to target the invasive weed between now and September 12th, weather permitting.
We were lucky enough to receive an invasive species control grant from the Invasive Species Center up in Sault Ste. Marie. And with that pile of money, we were able to bring in a hired professional to treat the entire Diageo Trail system and attempt to get rid of this invasive plant from our trail system.
So this one here, you kind of always know when you see one of these that there'll be new ones around it.
I appreciate the effort because this forest is really well used.
The weed has been causing concern across Canada, prompting warnings and control measures not only in Ontario, but also in British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia this year.
The other side of the forest is quite thick with vegetation, and they're keeping control of the noxious weeds by doing this kind of work, so it's really awesome.
What happens with many invasive plants, especially this one, it likes disturbance, follows roadsides, follows anywhere people move soil, disrupt the natural system, is when these species get a foothold. And once they're in, they can rapidly outcompete our native systems, and then they become a problem.
Signs are posted along the corridor, and trail users are asked to be cautious while work is underway.
If you do find yourself exposed to wild parsnip, wash the area really well, soap, water, and then avoid sunlight.
In Windsor, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Canada's main stock index finished higher as gains in basic materials offset broader losses. In Toronto, the TSX gained 51 points, but in New York, the Dow fell 249. The Nasdaq also fell 176. The Canadian dollar dropped 1/4 cent today, and on commodity markets, gold gained more than $76 an ounce. Oil added $1.58 a barrel.
X marks the spot where it all began. 89X is back. Windsor's alternative. 89X.
Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Celebrated Canadian First Nations actor Graham Greene has died.
Go, Buffalo, Tatanka, Buffalo.
Well. Greene is best known for his Oscar-nominated breakthrough role as Kicking Bird in Kevin Costner's 1990s film Dances with Wolves. Greene also starred in a number of other high-profile films, including The Green Mile, Maverick, Die Hard with a Vengeance, to name but a few. His manager has confirmed Greene died in Stratford after a long illness. Graham Greene was 73 years old. Indigenous leaders from across the country will meet in Winnipeg this week for the Assembly of First Nations annual meeting.
I look forward to chiefs having those discussions and to hearing their thoughts, their views.
The annual General Assembly will begin tomorrow with the major projects law expected to dominate discussion. The AFN's national chief says it will be an opportunity for chiefs to plan their response to the recently passed Building Canada Act, which allows the federal government to fast-track major projects. Meantime, the federal NDP are now looking for their next leader. The party says there's been strong interest in the job since August 20. That's when application packages were made available. Registered party members will vote for their next leader at a national convention, but not until March. Anyone running for the leadership must collect at least 50 signatures from each of 5 separate regions: Atlantic, Quebec, Ontario, the Prairies, BC, and the North.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
Saturday Night Live is shaking things up for season 51, and an Ontario comedian is joining the cast.
Hey,
oh my God! Oh my God! Veronica Slokowska from Barrie is one of 5 new faces tapped for the show. She's known for her role in the Netflix series Tires and has built a following online with her sharp and offbeat humor. Slokowska will make her SNL debut October 4th. The weekend has made music streaming history. The Toronto native song Blinding Lights is the first song to reach 5 billion streams on Spotify. It took 6 years since the song's release to reach this milestone. Speaking of Toronto, some of the biggest names in film are set to descend on the big smoke this week as TIFF gets underway. And it is the 50th anniversary of the Toronto International Film Festival. Nearly 300 different titles will screen at venues right across the city. The festival runs through September 14th. And Julie joins us one last time with Wake Up Weather.
Thanks so much, Michelle. Tomorrow will be a nice, beautiful, sunny day. We'll see increasing cloud cover heading into the late afternoon. And then the chance of rain moving in overnight Wednesday into early Thursday. Temperatures will take a dive, that's for sure. 27 tomorrow, 20 degrees on Thursday. Into Friday, still about a 40% chance of showers. Although not expecting widespread rain Thursday or Friday. The main rain coming overnight Wednesday into early Thursday morning. Back into a mix of sun and cloud both Saturday and Sunday. It'll be comfortable this weekend. 20 to 21 degrees, but cool as we head through the early morning. Temperatures anywhere from 12 to 14 degrees. Holding on to a mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday with daytime highs right where we should be from 23 to 24. Michelle, back to you.
Thanks so much, Julie. And we leave you tonight with some incredible video of a sinkhole that swallowed a tanker truck. These aerial views are from the CTV News Toronto chopper showing the truck stuck in the hole between 2 buildings. Toronto Fire Services called to the scene of a structural collapse involving a parking garage and a high-rise. Incredibly, no one was trapped and there are no reported injuries. That's all the time we have for now. For the latest news tomorrow morning or anytime, you can go to ctvnewswindsor.ca. I'll see you right back here tomorrow at 11. Good night.